I saw Jaws when I was at that perfect age that felt too young at the time, which is the exact sweet spot to experience nightmare-inducing cinema. There was nothing scarier to me than those underwater shots in the shark's POV, except for the overwater shots, when you didn't know where he'd pop up next. Jaws was a novel written by the great Peter Benchley. It's one of the clearest examples, in my opinion, of a book that was absolutely bodied by the movie. In the novel, there's a whole subplot about Hooper having an affair with Brody's wife, which had to be cut once casting took all the realism out of that. Just kidding, Richie. I'm sure you get plenty of action.
My husband tells me you're in sharks.
One of the things that makes Jaws so suspenseful in a visual storytelling medium is the fact that the shark goes largely unseen for the vast majority of the film. Compare that to nearly any other shark movie made since, where that isn't at all the case.
We're gonna find a way to get out of here. First, we're gonna seal off this.
But that was not the original plan. Spielberg had intended to use the animatronic far more in the movie. There was just one problem. The shark sank.
What did you do with your non-working shark?
Well, the first mistake with the shark was they made a big mistake and they built it for fresh water.
What's the difference?
Well, electrolysis is a major problem when you get salt into all the machinery, into the electrical system.
Sure.
And we had the shark on a huge 90-foot platform, 30 feet underwater. The shark came up tail first. It just came up tail first, and it was like it was like a 25-foot moon.
Ultimately, he decided to use the iconic barrels to depict the location of the shark, which ended up working tremendously in his favor. Bruce was great, but the implication of the shark was even better.
Nothing but open ocean. There's nowhere for me to run.
Now, when I was younger, anytime I'd see a movie like Jaws or Jurassic Park, I'd want to make my own shark movie. I'd want to make my own dinosaur movie. And I've talked in a previous video about how poorly that went. But there is a right and wrong way to pay homage to a classic film, and nobody to my mind has done it better in recent years than Jordan Peele with his 2022 sci-fi western, Nope. Obviously, there are other inspirations that went into that film, but the biggest and clearest of them all is Jaws. However, Nope isn't about a shark. It's about an alien. But instead of an ocean to hide the hungry predator, Peele uses a cloud. And instead of barrels to imply the off-screen threat, he uses flags. Ah, but Zach, you're asking, if Nope is an homage to Jaws, then what is Jaws an homage to? Well, my handsome friend, I'm glad you asked. Because before Jaws, there was a TV movie called Duel. Duel is a simple film about a man on a road trip played by Dennis Weaver who makes the grave mistake of overtaking an 18-wheeler on the open highway. For the remaining 89 minutes, he's pursued by the driver who, by the way, is never shown once, not once, in the entire movie. In Duel, the truck is the shark, and to a further extent, the truck is the barrel, and the driver is the shark. But what needs no speculation is the fact that Duel was Steven Spielberg's very first feature film, and remains highly underrated to this day. After Duel, he directed his first theatrically released film in Sugarland Express, which was sort of his take on a Bonnie and Clyde story. But, clearly, the third time was the charm, as Jaws is undoubtedly his first masterpiece.
He was coming back from the island of Tinian to Lady, just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb.
Jaws was the very first summer blockbuster. It paved the way for every year since, and the effect it had on Hollywood isn't going away anytime soon.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.